Alright, I'm here. Hello. I'm excited for these side quests, actually. We got a lot of character development yesterday. Not a lot of craziness happened. You know, they had to give us some time to wind down after the stuff that happened on Elpis, and that's fair. But we got some really nice character development, especially with Urianger and Winbreed's parents. Alphino and Alize, we got a little bit of backstory on their relationship with their father, which is really cool to see. Fortuno's a big ol' softy, man. You know, right? Like there are some parents. I have a drumstick, so that's what you hear opening. Not like chicken, but like, you know, the ice cream. There are some parents who are absorbed in their work and don't care about their kids. But then there are parents who are absorbed in their work because of their kids, and you know, I don't even think he neglected them, but the way he treated them over the course of Endwalker, a lot of that was definitely not okay. But it doesn't sound like Fortuno's a bad parent. It sounds like he's a bad... I think he was just bad at letting his children out of the nest. But they finally proved themselves, you know? So, like, that was really sweet to see as well. We learned that the twins' parents were Tataru's benefactor, and that's how we got all that fucking money. We got to see everybody that we've ever met over the course of all of the side quests I've ever done. Really cool. Happy about that, especially. I felt good about that one because everybody was telling me to skip side quests and just start playing the current expansion. But I'm glad I did all that fun stuff. But now, we're going to be doing some more side quests. I expect one of them to be cinematic. Excited for that. I want to learn more about Labyrinthos, especially now that we're in the central circuit, right? I want to know more about what's going on in this facility. And I can't wait. Now I'm going to eat this ice cream. What's up? Yeah, we're gonna get right back into it. Yeah, I'm really excited to learn more. It'd be kind of cool if they can go into maybe not more detail, because that one quest yesterday was a piece of shit. The one where you had to find the 8 people and direct them to the company of Eloprit. That wasn't fun. But it'd be nice getting a little bit of just more on Eloprit's help. Oh, here we go. First though, there's something I gotta take care of. I have to. I just need to get a win, okay? Just one. Just one. Okay, so while I was at work, the queue was popping instantly. I don't know what happened. Nobody wants to play anymore. Apparently, a lot of people are mad because of the snapshotting issue that like FF14 has always had, and I can understand that because I'm mad too. Damn it! I promise I'm not getting hit by this shit. Okay? I understand it's just rating mechanics, but I know I'm not getting hit by this shit. Although I think I understand how snapshotting works. So if it works the way I think it does, I think a lot of the telegraphs need to be better. Other than that, like it's not bad. I actually have been enjoying myself, so. This ice cream is good, okay? Leave me alone. Oh, I did get the I got the mount and the minion already. Where is it? Yeah, I got the mount. I got the minion. Should be somewhere on here. Oh, okay, I got one of the minions. I didn't get the other one. Widow's none of. Oh shit! There we go. Fuck. Ah, where's my rapper? Nobody joined. Shit. When do I put the rapper? Oh, thank fuck. Okay. I'm trying to hurry up and figure they're gonna walk up. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay, this one. I'm worse at this one than the other one. It's mostly due to this middle section here. Not the misdirection section, but the ice one. Other than that, it's pretty good. This dude has a whole fit. I'm so sorry. Alright. Okay, this is the best I've ever done. Oh, fuck. That was the best I've ever done, though, on that bit. Alright, acceleration bomb section. Not even worried about it. For next cycle. Should be okay. Nope. Oh, I cheesed it. Okay, I'll take it. Thought I got hit there. Let's go. Let's go. Slow down, I'm trying to eat my ice cream, man. Fuck. There's no way. Okay. I've been noticing a lot more Vieira with the name Erut. I wonder if they're like bringing him up again. Erut is the village Fran is from in FF12. I think you also go there in Tactics. But in FF12, Fran is from that village, Erut village. So I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a last name, but her name is like Fran Erut or something like that. Yeah, I've been noticing a lot more Vieira. I wonder if they're like privy to the lore now, or if they like mentioned it in 14. Left side first, and then cut right. Always go gold. No! Let's go do some side quests, man. Let's go do some fucking side quests. I hate it here. Who do I want to start with? I guess I'll start with healer because I'm very interested in this storyline. Some bullshit, man. Oh no, it wasn't healer. I wasn't. I keep forgetting it's the tank storyline, but I'm already on healer, so let's go to Alamigo, I guess. You know, I will say I am interested in the storyline, though. It is good. Alright, so it should be level 89, right? Yep. A fish? Okay. The blasphemy hunter may seem calm and collected from a distance, but you suspect something is amiss. Something terrible has happened. It's Fordola. She escaped. She was accompanying a squadron out on a training exercise. One moment she was there, and the next she was gone. I didn't think much of it at the time, but she's been acting strangely ever since she went to meet that mother and child. You know, the ones who wanted to thank her for saving the girl's life. When I told Commander Alden about it, he went out charging at Aligana to ask me if they have any idea where Fordola might be. I thought about going after him, but when I heard you were headed this way, I reckoned it'd be better to send you in my stead. Godspeed, Hayes. Okay. Oh, come here. This is why I don't eat on stream. Hold on. Okay. I have returned. And nothing ever happened. Let's see, is everything still good? Okay, because my butt kind of jimmied the green screen a little bit. Alright, yeah, it should be good. Gods be good. What is she thinking? I know you. You're friends with the brave lady, aren't you? Have we done something wrong? Hayes, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Heard what's happened then. Just as Fordola was beginning to earn our trust, she's given us the slip. As you may know, she was a choker enchanted to prevent exactly that. If I were to give the order, she would be dead within moments. She knows that. She took that risk anyway, so I have to believe she has a good reason. That's what we're looking into now. We were hoping Clarel and young Lily here could shed some light on the matter. We'd like to ask you about your conversation with Fordola, if we may. Yes, of course. I know she's the butcher, or was at least, but it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested the meeting, to express my gratitude and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as we spoke, as if she weren't even listening. And then I mentioned the blasphemy. And she looked at Lily and all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. The echo. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. The echo. Can you remember what you were thinking about at the time? A man. The one I saw in the city. What? Who? Did he have something to do with all those people panicking? I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. And he was by himself. He looked poorly, so I asked if he was alright, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. He got up and started walking, but then... He was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened I didn't want to talk about it, not even to Mum. I wish you'd said something sooner. I'm sorry, Poppet. This is my fault for leaving you on your own. The man who turned into a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Fordola has now seen him too. There was one other thing. When Fordola was having her, funny turn, she said something. Charlie? No. Charlotte, I think. Yes, that was it. Ring any bells? Can't say it does. But if he has anything to do with the skulls, the Silver Griffin should have some information on him. You'd best have a word with Ragnfried, then. You've both been very helpful. I'd also like to thank you for being so kind to Fordola. She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her. I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later. Charlotte, you say? Yes, that name came up during our recent investigations. As I recall, he served under the Viceroy during the occupation, and his whereabouts is currently unknown. I had an older brother named Ansfried, one of the Crania Lupi. We should give him a connection to Fordola. Is there anyone who could tell us more about him? Yes, an uncle who we recently helped find employment here in Alagana. He's actually the one who asked us to look for Charlotte. You'll most likely find him working at the Sleeping Stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly. The Sleeping Stones? The Sleeping Stones? Okay, I mean, I've been there, clearly. I have it on the map, but I don't think I know what this place is. Maybe it's a quarry or some kind? I genuinely have no clue. Oh shit, sightseeing, hold on. I think one thing I'm gonna do when I finish Endwalker, I'm gonna go around and finish my sightseeing log. Like all of it. A shrine for honoring the departed, backed by a waterfall whose constant roaring muffles one's sobs and whose spraying hides one's tears. Under Imperial rule, however, religious rites were outlawed, and for a long time people could not hold even the simplest services to remember loved ones. Wow. You know what though? Religious rites were outlawed, probably to prevent primal summoning. Because that was like the main goal of the Empire, to stop people from summoning primals. Huh. Well, not okay. It wasn't the main goal. That was definitely a goal. It was a goal. Stopping people from primal summoning. Okay, it does look like a quarry. Perhaps we should have asked what he looks like. Well, I'm sure he doesn't look like a block monster, Raban, so he shouldn't be too hard to find. Still looking, eh? That's him over there. I hope we're not interrupting. No, of course not. It's good to see you, Ragnfried. My word, the Bull of Alamigo and the champion of the Alliance. What brings such esteemed guests to our humble, quarry? At ease, my good fellow. I merely wish to ask you about your nephew. Charlotte, you found him! No luck yet then, huh? Is there anything else you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps? It wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Poor boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents and I swore allegiance to Garlemald to secure ourselves in our kin's citizenship. For all the good it did us here, living amongst our countrymen who treated us as pariahs. Took its toll on him and his brother, to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Hansfried, together with most of his friends, joined the Imperial Army. That's how it started, you know. The Crania Lupi. Gaius' loyal little pups. Ah. So Hansfried and Fordola were friends, then. Do you remember the names of these friends? Oh my god, and then Fordola had all of them killed. They were childhood friends! And Fordola killed them. I know she's having her redemption arc, but it changes things a little bit when they were childhood fucking friends. Do you remember the names of these friends? Yes, they had quite the reputation growing up. There was Emmeline, Rudolph, we know about Rudolph, and the angry little girl who grew up to become the butcher herself, Fordola. Charlotte was part of the group too, yes? But from what we've heard, he chose not to become a soldier. Wouldn't have lasted a day in training. He knew better than anyone, of course. Not that it helped him to feel any less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for their deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance. For not being strong enough to fight by their side. Maybe save them, maybe not. But he wasn't there. And he wished he had been. But then one day, he was gone. Wherever he is, hope he's safe and well. So do we. Thank you. The information you shared should prove useful. And for you, I brought some food. Why don't you call it a day and go and enjoy it with your family? Let him have the peace for now. Back to Olegano. Fair point. Yeah, maybe now's not the best time to tell him that his nephew's dead. So they said do the role quest with the mount music off. I was under the assumption that, you know how like some of the areas in Endwalker changed their song? I guess not Endwalker, I guess like Shadowbringers did that too, but like, you know how like some of the areas are like changing their song? I thought that was probably gonna happen for these. I thought the final days was gonna hit all of these other areas. But it has not been happening. I don't know. I just kind of expected a reason to have mount music off. I don't know. It doesn't seem any different from any other you know, side quests I've ever done. Just now that there are blasphemies running around. So not only was his brother a member of the Skulls, but Charlotte himself was a childhood friend of Fordola's. I'm told he refused the support of the Silver Griffins as well. He's been trying to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends died at Specula Imperatorius. Save for Fordola, the gods only know how he felt about her after that. Or how Fordola felt about Charlotte? Charlotte? I'm gonna go with Charlotte. After seeing Lily's memory of him transforming into a blasphemy. Brother of a man she killed, and childhood friend besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran. To kill the beast. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her. Fordola is a survivor and an outcast herself. Exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You've seen for yourself the sacrifices she's willing to make. If you can learn to feel sympathy for her, maybe others can too. I think we have enough information for the time being. Let's return to the city and plan our next move. What? That's it? I mean, that's cool. Okay. I mean, I just said it. I feel... okay. I feel like the role quests so far have been kind of a missed opportunity to have the apocalypse happen all over Eorzea. Right? Like, am I stupid? Like, the apocalypse is happening in 2 areas right now. But it's apparently like a world thing that we should be worried about. It's sunny outside. Again, maybe I'm tripping. I've assigned a few of my soldiers to assist the Silver Griffins in investigating Charlotte's background. With luck, we'll find him quickly. And then we can prepare for what must come after. We're all but certain Charlotte's the one who transformed into a blasphemy. So there's not to be done but put him out of his misery. As for Fordola, I put Monago and her troops in charge of tracking her. Once they found her, they have my permission to lend whatever support they deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. Until such a time, I ask that you take this opportunity to rest. Thank you. I gotta clean out my inventory. Jeez, it's full of garbage. It's just garbage. I don't need... I might go make a visit to Mudamix, actually, and see what I can get. Now, Mudamix usually doesn't give me anything interesting, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Mudamix is... central, I think? I think he's up here somewhere. Alright, Big Muda. What you got? All 3. Alright, give me garbage. What did he give me? I mean, not the worst. I don't think I would need this right now, though. Can Mudamix give you, like current expansion materia? 'Cause I feel like I never get any. I mean, there's, like, literal dozens, right? So I imagine it's not that easy. I'll probably keep these 2. And then get rid of this one. Actually, no. I don't have enough anyway. Clear dummy materia, Thavnarian onion. So I'm gonna put this in my chocobo saddlebag. Because it's a chocobo item. Speaking of which, I'm gonna try and level up my chocobo while we do side quests. So, battle card dummy materia, that can go there. Crystal sand, this is for the relic. I'm gonna turn these into stuff. Pego spring water. See, some of this shit I don't need, but I have. Like ether sand. Maybe I could sell those, right? I'm pretty sure I could sell those. Let's go to a retainer. First, I'm gonna go to. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. I can kill 3 birds with 1 stone. A lot of people here today. Alright. I'll sell the ether sand. How much are they going for right now? Yeah. I'll sell it for 500. Seems pretty good. That's why going for 4K. I'm gonna take a chance. I don't think anybody will buy them for this much. That'd be stupid. But I'm gonna go 1300. Spirit extract. I need these for pots. I need the ether sand for pots, but those are easy to get, to be honest. Like these cost poetics, so I'm not gonna get rid of those. Ether sand, you just have to do decent or ethereal reduction. Sorry, isn't that bad. I don't have a place to put this. Damn, that's guap. See, this is something I would never use anyway. Let's see if I can make a buck off of this. I'll put this up for 87,500. Persimmon leaf, you can just get this like anywhere, right? What does this make? Persimmon leaf sushi. Yeah. Will anybody buy a single leaf? It looks like people would. I'll put it up for 3. Zeem spring water. I could always get more of that. It's not selling that well, so you will be sold. I want to like move it to tab 4. There we go. Nice. You will be sold. This is the only time I ever use mouse when I'm selling shit. Almasty Surge, what the fuck? Imitation curtain window. Ooh, oh, hold on, that's big. Crafting method? I'm sure a lot of people like this stuff. Or like this. I imagine the curtain window probably just sells for a decent amount. Right now, though, Almasty Surge. Where have I gotten that? Almasty Surge. I think it's just crafted, right? Level 82 craft, okay. Yeah, I can always make more of that. Up for sale. The window probably sells for way more than like just the fabric, but yeah, I'll just I'm selling pretty. I'll put it up for 750. Sell that. Huh, okay. Unfortunately, none of it's high quality, but it looks like people are willing to pay like 1,000 plus for it. So I'm gonna put mine up for like 1,100. Venerean Abrasive. Oh, I definitely don't need this. Let's see if people are buying it though. Nope. Alright. In that case, that's gonna go to the Enclave. There we go. Spruce log. Why do I still have this shit? I don't remember why I have these. I think I was trying to sell them before, and then I didn't. Oh, Orchestrion rolls. That's why. Be cotton cloth. Alright, 8. When was the last one sold? Not selling that often. I'm not gonna undercut though. I'm not a bitch. 8K. Scarlet Mocha. This is being bought up. Let's do... Literally, like... Oh, it's the same person. I like 600. Arcean? Let's put that up for 1100. Okay, hold on, how often is it being sold? Oh, yeah, 1100. Ray, I don't think anyone needs this. This is for potions. Yeah, I was gonna always get those mats again. Living Arch. Oh, I think that's why I kept these. Never mind. I want to make that minion. I don't have it yet, so I will keep these. Acidic secretions. This is for ink. They still sell it. Let's do... Let's do 750. I'm selling 3 of them. Beer leather. Oh wow, okay. They're not high quality. I don't want to rob somebody if they buy mine. Let's do... What's the lowest? Let's do 1900. Stanislav. Alright. Molybdenum ingot. Yeah, I can sell that. So this for... Wow. This is gonna be an experiment. Let's do 16. Molybdenum ore. Let's say 290 sounds good. Tin ore. People are buying it. I'm not gonna sell it though. Tin is pretty easy to grab. Rice vinegar. These are only bought from the vendor, right? No, they can't be bought from the vendor, because we can sell them. People are... Well, this guy's buying them up. Nobody's bought them otherwise, though. I almost baited myself. It's sticky rice, sticky rice. No, it's not sticky rice. There's something... Is it Kugane rice or something like that? There's something that you buy from a vendor to make the food that I like. For rating on DPS. Granite. Where the fuck did I get granite from? What is granite used in? Oh, I see. Furniture. Honestly, I'm never gonna get a house. Yeah. Here, have my granite. Sells pretty decently. Let's do 350 for a half stack. Okay, that's enough space. I'll survive. Oh, let's head to, yeah, Gengos. I was trying to remember the name of the spot. I was gonna say Bosnia, but yeah, Gengos. No, wait, they're green. Oh. Alright. Then I guess while we're in Doma, we could do the Bard Roll quest. Was there anything else I needed to do? Oh yeah, I gotta go sell some more stuff. Oh, did I sort my inventory? I sorted my inventory. That was the last thing I needed to do. Let's see if I can remember what I was gonna sell here. I already don't remember. Tin, rice vinegar, sticky rice, I think. Freya. I don't remember. Shit. Okay, well, I guess this will do for now. I'm selling that. I don't need that. This is a rare flower. These in pots. I guess I don't really need these pots anymore. That's for a rating. Not for Endwalker stuff. As far as Endwalker stuff, I haven't needed those pots in a long ass time. How do I not have Master Culinarian too? I gotta remedy that. Okay, I think that'll be good for now. Alright, well, we're in Doma. A singular gift. Yugidi's stern expression suggests she has no good news to share. Regrettably, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy since our first encounter at Shoal Rock. As Tensol surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, have tried to make good use of this intervening calm. Even now, Lord Hien and Gosetz discuss how we might prevent other villages from turning. If you would wait a moment, they would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Oh, I love this song so much. Haze, so glad you can come. As Yugiri no doubt explained, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can and should address. After long discussions and much deliberation, we believe we have found a means to allay the growing malaise of our people. If you would, Gosetz. The idea came to us after considering young Tonbo's remarks about his father, whose body was never found and returned to Doma. Others no doubt share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones, as is their right. But simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, may consume them as well. Though we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure, we will hold a national funeral at the Swallow's Compass. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Spirits reside in all things, be they living or inanimate. And though we may die, a part of us lives on in the items we cherish most in life. Therefore, in lieu of remains, these belongings will be afforded a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home to Doma, and at last know peace. The announcement has already been made, and a great many people are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake will serve as their offering. It is not a decision to be made lightly, but I suspect they will have made up their minds by the time we go to collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me, for my benefit and for theirs. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and the love they shared with the departed. I will help them find it. Might the Liberator of Doma be willing to favor the people with his presence as well? I doubt not that they will appreciate the gesture. Good. Yugiri, I leave the people of Isari to you. Gosets, might I ask you to... Apologies, my lord, but there is a small but most urgent matter I must first tend to. Very well. I shall not pry. Now, Hayes, let us go and pay a visit to the good people of Namai. Why is my light, like, leaning this way? Be leaning that way. Oh, how does that look? Oh, hold on. I gotta, I don't know why it keeps, like, switching my settings. Okay, it should be good, I think. I hope so, hold on. Yes, 60, yeah. Okay, it should be fine. It looks a little low framey, but it should be alright. Right, we're going to Namai. Right then, before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of their loved ones. As overseer of the ceremony, I see it as my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is of the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beast that might damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that their offerings are delivered in pristine condition, and that will be no good to you in a fight while heavily encumbered. Stealth or flight are not options. I must ask that you fight for us both. We needn't worry unless the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. Yen is now accompanying me. Hell yeah, man. I pray the ceremony helps them to find the closure they so rightfully deserve. My husband, my dear sweet Moroya, never returned from Garlemald, but perhaps now his soul might know peace. Please take this painting brush to the Swallow's Compass. Shall handle it with the utmost care. I will trouble you to tell us more about your husband. Mario was a kind and gentle soul. There's nothing he loved more in the world than to create. That brush never left his side, not even when he tended to the fields. Any spare moment was dedicated to his craft. He produced the most wonderful vistas of Yanxia. It was his dream to take us to Kugane, where he would become a famous artist. Till he was conscripted. In the early days, he would send drawings of the places they took him, though I know not how. But more time began to pass between each arrival, and then they stopped coming altogether. I know not in what far-flung land he died, but I pray it was as beautiful as his works. Sounds like quite a man. So hold fast to his art, even when forced to endure such hardship. His soul will find peace. Of that I have no doubt. I must thank you again, Lord Hien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know that his katana would be enshrined at the Swallow's Compass. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, so was I once upon a time. A samurai, as it happens, in service to your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken, my son Motosue was never one to lose hope. He was determined to follow in my footsteps, gave his everything to honing his skill with the blade. I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I'd forsaken swell in my breast, and I knew he would restore our family to its former glory. Alas, he could have fled, perhaps started life anew as a vagabond of some sort, but he bore the burden and fought for Garlemald, for fear of what the Imperials might do if he did not. It's plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will care for his blade as if it were mine own, and see it given the honor and respect due a samurai of Doma. Tonbo! I'm gonna learn about his brother, probably. Or his dad? Was his dad the Garlemald soldier? I don't remember. I think it was his dad. I realize it's quite large, but I wanted to offer this on behalf of my brother and our father, Suzushiro. If you are willing, I would very much like to hear more about them both. My father, he was a carpenter. He was a good man, if a bit stubborn. I was thinking about his work. The only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. It brought them closer. I'd see them laughing over drinks together, or listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favorite sake. I thought they might miss it. I'm sure it will taste all the sweeter having come from you. I realize no one can ever replace your brother or father, but if you will allow, I would be honored to share drinks with you in their stead. When you are of age, of course. This should be everything. Would you join me for a short reprieve before I journey back? Bro, of course, Ian. Anything for you, man. Are you gonna carry the jug of sake to the reprieve? Okay. I miss hanging out with Ian. God, Stormblood was so cool. They put on brave faces, but the people of Namai are still racked with grief. It is the same at every village I have visited in recent days, but it is only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. Having joined the Eastern Alliance, and taken steps to revitalize the Enclave, I believe Doma was at last on the path to peace and prosperity. I still do. Yet by focusing so keenly on the future, I've neglected the past that yet haunts my people. Even if they do not give in to despair and become beasts that plague our lands like poor Tonbo's brother. How are we to truly move forward if we are constantly looking back? His dad. What of yours, man? Oh, Lord Hien? No! Oh, fuck. I would have never called him Lord Hien. Oh, well. It's fine. We're here now. Me? All things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was broached. Ha! He cuts to the heart of the matter. And the young lord. For the best, I should think. For he cannot lead by example if he has not yet made peace with his own past. 1,000 apologies, my lord. I was passing through, attending to the matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear familiar voices in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma, one and all, understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of a failed rebellion, the staggering duty to the throne thrust upon you. How could you even begin to mourn? First you had to lead. It would behoove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. Take this time to make peace with your past while it is still yours to spend. Though unlikely, not impossible, for you to become a monster as well, Doma would surely be lost. Gosetz with the knowledge, man. I thank you for your counsel, Gosetz. But if I may ask, why is it you keep your blade at the ready? I thought this personal matter of yours to be naught but a trifle. Or am I mistaken? Well, I find the katana a superior tool for peeling persimmons. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance, if you will excuse me. Training. To help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that he should offer me counsel, yet refuse to heed it in kind. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise, our obstinate friend. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it, the moment it all came crashing down. We'd taken Doma Castle. Victory was ours, but we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching towards us. Crown Prince at the fore. No sooner had Gosetz and I escaped than we received word that Xenos had slain my father. Fuck. I remember how the fight went out of Gosetz in an instant. I wept for his lord. I felt the weight of the profound duty bear down upon my shoulders. Crushing, suffocating. The heat of my own breath. Chill of my clammy palms. But duty demanded I master my emotions. When all those around me, Gosetz included, were consumed by anger and a thirst for vengeance, I had to be in control. Under my orders, we dispersed and fled to fight another day. To this day, I have not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I, devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward? But now I must. And so, having taken you into my confidence, would you see this through with me to journey's end? Of course, man. You didn't even have to ask. You should have just started walking. The keepsake I would offer up for the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We will have to fly there, I'm afraid, but worry not. My Yol will ferry us. Just a moment. Let me fly there, man. Come on. Is it the secret, like, garden area with the water sprites? Oh, no. Dude, you could just walk up here. What are you talking about? Oh, no, we haven't gone yet. The place we seek is Plum Spring, in the mountains. Shall we? That's... Isn't it here? Yeah. I mean, I can just go there myself. But it'll be nice hanging out with Ian. God, I miss Stormblood. Look at everything we've done for the people of Yansha. We freed them. I mean, we gotta rebuild, but, like, they're free now, you know? There aren't Garleans walking around anymore. My parents would bring me here for Hanami as a child. His beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Indeed, some of my fondest memories of family are here. Which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed to me as a child. Aww. Charming, is it not? The great auspice Kishan... There's a way to pronounce this, and I'm not saying it right. I think it's Shishan Dasheng, I think. Shishian Dasheng, I think it's pronounced.
齐天大圣，
齐天大圣，
齐天大圣，齐天大圣，
齐天大圣. Okay, 齐天大圣. Charming, is it not? The great auspice, 齐天大圣, said to reside somewhere along the Daryu chain. In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tale of his prowess. Reckless boy that I was, I once even tried to seek him out, hoping he might help us. I buried it here shortly after my coming-of-age ceremony. It seemed a fitting place to both part with my childhood and offer a final goodbye to my mother. More a keepsake of mine than his, to be sure, but he was never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he will allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again after all these years. That is precisely how I wish to bid him farewell. With a smile. It should go without saying I would prefer it not become known that I kept this doll here. Wouldn't want the children to grow jealous now, would we? And with that, I believe it is time we return to the Enclave. I love Stormblood, man. It's just the music is so good. There are yet more villages to visit and offerings to collect, but preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people will have one less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. The former conscripts will remain at the Kiankan until it has been dealt with. We will slay the beast in due time, but before that, I would be honored if you were present for the funeral rites. Pray speak with Yugadi when next you visit the Enclave. She will tell you more of the proceedings. Alright. Now let's go do... magical DPS. It's just not as interesting. I'm sorry. It's not as interesting as the other ones. Maybe this one will change it, but I'm just not into it. It sucks because it's the only like Heavensward related thing in this game that I'm just not crazy about. Ah, Hayes. Owing to Lord Aymerich's swift action, I am pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. That's right, we're gonna ask them to change their doctrine going forward. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the archbishop and members of the synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Vartonois' fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Huh. Indeed. For the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the Church. It is my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and faith, my lord. So is Clem gonna be the new archbishop? Because that'd be kind of cool. Acting in Bishop Vartonois' stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the church may serve the people once more. Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. Hayes, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Aymerich? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. Oh, last vigil. I have to teleport there. It'd be kind of cool if in 7.0 they kind of update the cities to be seamless. I wonder if that's part of the plan, because that'd be nice, honestly. Like, I mean, most of the cities now are seamless. What I basically just mean, like, to catch up the old cities to the new cities. Because Ishgard is, like, almost there, but it does have an interconnecting area, so... Or it does have, like, a loading screen between 2 areas. And then, of course, Gridania, Ul'dah, and Lenosha, or Limsa, aren't seamless at all. It would be really cool for Limsa to be seamless. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I have been thinking, Hayes. The path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind is a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position, purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity. We find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned. 'Tis far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony? For our nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? Yeah, of course. Ready? Then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look on Fortomp Manor. There are no areas where we can stop. It feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Fortomp. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonsong War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation. For that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue to the Architects? Trying to get a good angle. Garuda's just like hanging out. Emeric's gear looks so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. It's just something I've noticed over time, but King Thornton and his Knights 12, murderers of Ratatoskr, since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we as a nation must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me. I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deke and climb at the vault. I think the best way to do it is to maybe erect a statue of some dragons, you know? Like, get a statue of Ratatoskr in this bitch. You know what I mean? Put it right here. To kind of, you know, signal that without Ratatoskr's power, you know, without the betrayal that Thornton did, Ratatoskr would probably still be here today, and we wouldn't have had the Dragon Song War. And, you know, you respect her, you respect the deeds that they did, right? I'm sure. You know? It's win-win. Put it right there in the center. Is that... So that's the statue of Thornton. I guess it makes sense. I never really got a good look at it, though. Huh. There you are, my friends. Council is about to convene. Let's take our place in the audience hall. This should be a voice cutscene. Esteemed members of the clergy and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I have called this ecumenical council the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects: as a fiery spirit to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as a fiery shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as a spear, so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted. Trials held if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to the doctrine of lies. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? Oh, fuck. No! 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 Hey, everybody calm down. This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace Bishop Vartonwa, may he walk in Haloni's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built. In our hearts, yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggled to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy. There is the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before. Countless souls who served the people with purest intent. So, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Hayes risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us. The truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. The great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception. They rest upon a foundation immutable and true. Our devotion to Halone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture, as well as historical literature, will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes. I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Haloni's work once more. That day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. Okay. I know I was roasting the magical DPS quest, but that one was pretty good. I like politics plotlines. With this, the Church and the people have taken their first step towards a brighter future. As well, Lord Aymeric interjected when he did. Yeah. Most awesome people. Oh, I had a theory I was thinking about at work today. Hold on. I'll talk about it in a sec. The council went better than I had dared hope. Truly. While the details remain to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Hayes. In the face of great hardship, never did he hesitate to press on. Our people have not forgotten this. Indeed. Well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. Making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you we glimpsed a fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the Church, for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair. My fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith, if not salvation? True. I'm not a man of faith myself, but yes, we need something to believe in, or else we go nuts. It keeps our mind grounded. Well, I had best return to the cathedral. You have much more to do. How excited Clem is, man. But ere I forget, I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. Yeah, what? I tasked the deacon with finding a certain item, you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. While the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. It's time we freed Vaindro from his torment. Rest all you can, Hayes, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. So my theory, that was a good quest. I like that one. So my theory was actually, you know how they said, oh god, it was the Mericidians, right? Oh my god, I'm angry. I wish I remembered which tribe it was. I think it was the Mericidians, but remember how we learned that they were the ones who actually came on Nooncraft's Hope? And we learned that, that they were actually persecuted, and they weren't persecuted, but like they were. This actually goes into what I'm thinking though. So the people on Nooncraft's Hope, they got to Alagana, right? They landed there, and then I think they said they were trying to find, like, it was hard for everyone to survive and find like materials and stuff, or you know, stuff to survive. So they started like fighting each other, and arguing and whatnot, and eventually, half of those people were pushed to what is now Old Charlian, or yeah, Old Charlian. I wonder if, like, you know how there was the war between Gridania and Alamigo, or not Alamigo in general, but God, what's the name of the area? Garabania. Right, you know how there was that war. I wonder if that war is like part of those people, alright? So, because think about it, like, there are a lot of people in Old Charlian who are Elizin, right? There are a lot of people in Gridania who are Elizin. I wonder if the fighting, right, when they got there, kind of split them, and maybe it was like the Elizin and them split this way, and the Highlanders split this way. Oops, sorry. And the Highlanders split this way, right? So now Gridania and Garabania, but maybe some Elizin went further and found Old Charlian, like, you know, Nooncraft's group, or the rest of them. I don't know. It was a thought I had. It would be kind of cool if true, though, because it would explain the war between Gridania and Garabania. Right, there's just like some deep-seated hatred over resources, and Gridania was like, "All right, fuck this shit," and they pushed them all the way back. Let's we did that. Let's do tank now. Tank is in Gridania. Where am I going? I have to do the Halloween event. I keep forgetting. Glebnir has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's terror. Shit, it's Cthulhu. Make way for the saplings, Kupo. We've had plenty of practice cultivating our gardens, so selecting the most robust ones was a simple matter. That was the hardest work. So, can you help us with the easy part? If you see a spot of corruption, cleanse the taint and plant the sapling in its place. Do it enough times, and the Great One is sure to understand that we're doing all we can to heal the forest, and try to brighten its mood. We'll see to the East Shroud. You should have no trouble taking care of the rest, Kupo. Your efforts are much appreciated. We'll begin without further delay. I trust you will not object to my company. I dare say healing the forest is one task for which I am more qualified than most. Elder Seedseer, are you well enough to leave the city? I should like to think I have been for some time. In any event, Isumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased his attempts to detain me further. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. It would be an honor to offer words of thanks to the forest for its bounty. Please do, Kupo. A prayer from the Elder Seedseer herself will surely hasten their growth from tiny sapling to towering tree. Such is my hope. As Joran did before me, I shall approach the Great One in friendship, that I might see through the veil of fear that blinds it and remember our covenant. Let us begin by cleansing all traces of corruption in the central shroud. It's a green tier. I sense that the flow of ether has become warped there. Impressive, Kupo. Not even my keen eyes can spot corruption from such a distance. It is but one of many talents I owe to the elementals. Well then, shall we be on our way? Actually, hold on. It'd be faster if I just left the city. Right? If I just go this way. I hate seeing people with their ultimate weapons now. I don't even know what that is. What is that, machinist? My friend has a bunch of the Alexander ultimate weapons. I want one so bad. I shall keep watch for errant beasts. This blight upon the forest must be cleansed. When you have finished, I shall consecrate the sapling and soil with prayer. In gratitude for your boundless blessings do I offer this gift. This song is so good. May it nourish you as you nourish us. At last, the earth is cleansed. There's a settlement not far from here. We should tell them of this sapling, and then watch over and keep it safe from harm. Of course, Elder Seedseer. I shall relay your words forthwith. We give the people hope to know that they can aid in the restoration of the 12's wood. Thank you. And now we must go. To Silent Arbor. There's something foul. There's something foul impedes the flow of ether. Let us hurry. Silent Harbor. South Shroud. Go through every element. Injury has begun to heal. Our next destination lies to the north. Near Hirsmill, I believe. It is faint, for we are far from the source. Nevertheless, I am certain it is there. Come. Yeah, imagine not having, like, the reds unlocked. It's a fate. I saw that and I was wondering what it was. I thought it was like a hunt. While I'm here, actually, I want to see something. Where is that? Yep, that is Jalzan. Yeah. Okay, so a while ago they said I had a letter to deliver from a guy named Jalzan to oh God, who was it? I don't remember who Jalzan's letter went to. I remember who Ardashir's letter went to. It went to his family. But yeah, it was Jalzan and Ardashir. They're both from Radzethan. And I was thinking, like, is Jalzan the guy from the ARR relic quest? And he was. Ardashir's from the Heavensward ones. It is fortunate that the corruption it is fortunate that the corruption here is faint. A simple prayer should suffice to clean this soil. To cleanse this soil, after which we may plant the sapling. I can't speak anymore. My body's fighting against me. I sense no other disruptions in the etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the 12's sighs with a contentment I have not felt in a long time. But will it serve to placate the Great One? I cannot say. Not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Excuse me, but you're the Elder Seats, aren't you? What brings you all the way out here, I think he said? Corruption that had upset the balance of ether, but that we have since cleansed with prayer and saplings. Thus has the 12's reclaimed a measure of peace. You've been planting trees. We have. Why'd the music stop? What the fuck? The elementals have suffered much of late, and with these offerings we endeavor to raise their spirits. Elder Seats here, I've got to protest. One of your people spirits. We who dread every step we must take out of doors. Ah, shit. That terrible monster is still out there, praying. My man said, you've been planting trees? We are dying! Elder Seats here, you've been planting... My man said, you've been planting trees? This is one of my favorite. This is my favorite character in Final Fantasy now. This is a real one. That terrible monster is still out there, preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason. And if it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job. You've been planting trees? I know that you are afraid, that you and yours suffer still. However, it is under the auspices of the elementals that we may call the 12s at home. And they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes with fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. To ignore their plight is to invite greater tragedy for us all. Rest assured, however, that I have not forgotten the needs of the people. We bring comfort to the elementals and renew our sacred ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Gluttony and the suffocating despair it spreads. And so, I pray you continue to put your faith in our guardians, and in me. But that we could, Elder Seedseer. But we've been dealing with death and sickness since before Gluttony's coming. Oh! They say the creeping death's nothing to fear these days, but we know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. We gave her the cure and had plenty on hand, but for a while we thought it would be alright. By the time we realized I hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. It was a sad day for all of us when she passed, but for none more so than our poor husband, Supin. He was beside himself with grief. Who could blame him? And then came Glepnir to compound our woes. Supin. It cannot be. Do you speak of Isura Supin? Oh, is that her friend? Isura? No. Supin was an odd one, but no one mistake him for a Pajal. Supin wasn't even his real name. That'd be Elengia. But his wife was fond of calling him Supin for some reason, and it caught on with the rest of us. I see. And what did Elengia look like? Well, I'd say he's seen no more than 30 summers. Kept to himself, came and went with nary a word at times. Though after he met his beloved, he became more of a fixture, or friendly even. His wife was a sickly lass, but she had spirit. But spirit's not enough to beat the creeping death. Pity we couldn't do anything for her. Oh, and that's why it manifested in his blasphemy. He had finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting Elengia's story, as sad though it was. It's helped me to better understand how much you all have suffered. I promise that you will have cause to celebrate soon. Until then, I implore you again to place your faith in the elementals and in me. Together we shall overcome this crisis. I'm planting trees. Despite what he said, I am certain this Elengia was Isura Supin. To think that he was living so close by for all those years, searching for new purpose and finding true love. Only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. For he's still a Pajal, empowered by the elementals. Could he have saved her? He would have dwelt on the question, night after sleepless night. I know I would have. Mayhap in the end he came to blame the elementals for his helplessness, for her death, and in despair was consumed. Aye, the animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Glepnir find its final purpose. We have done all we can to show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us hope that we will be accepted as friends. Alright. suffering was Isera's constant companion. Nay, it is still. For his sake and ours, we must deliver him peace. Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. May be enough to receive an audience. O Great One, may I abide ever beneath your bows, embraced by your compassion, grace, and wisdom. Be still the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. I wonder, is the Great One a primal? Or an Entelechy? That'd be kind of cool. Maybe it's not an Entelechy, but I suspect that, like, mankind are all Entelechy's. All feeling. Passing corruption. Refreshed. Renewed green. Flesh restored. Child of child. Covenant honored. Friend. Friendship. Peace. It worked. The Great One speaks through the Elder Seedseer. We are right to follow Joran's example. Corruption is but one aspect of a greater threat. Profanity's spawn. Despair's orphan. Sadness and anger. Sadness. Death's prayer. One and all. Poison potent. Wounds unmending. Withering bark. No strength to share. After all we have done, you deny us. After all the Elder Seedseer has endured. She has pledged herself to you. Devoted her life to the Twelveswood. The people cried out for salvation, and she answered. The elementals cried out for deliverance, and she answered. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. We beg you. What are you doing here? We've been dependent on the Seedseers all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering that what we might do ourselves. Aye, no longer. The Elder Seedseer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so our people have come to return the favor. If her plea alone is not convincing enough, then we will raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seedseer and beseech the Great One for aid. We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest. So please share with us share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. Kan-e, Covenant's child, walks with man, with elemental, keeper of ancient faith, unbroken, cannot, will not break faith. To man, render up flesh. Then you agree to help us. Flesh, branches, take and join to oldest elders. Renew bond as one stir. Raise up to heaven's covenant symbol, our staff. All join, all bloom, all peace. I think the Great One is an Entelechy. My duty weighed heavy on my heart. So heavy that at times I scarce remembered to breathe. For days and nights I worried that I would be found wanting. But by your faith and trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither, united in purpose, and bared your hearts before the Great One. Nay, Redania is forever in your debt. Oh, wow. And the rest of you get nothing! May I rely on you all once more. I bid you take these branches to every corner of the Twelveswood and join them to the eldest trees, so we might finally win free of this despair. Shall be done, Elder Seedseer. We swear it. Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instruction and cast its cleansing power all across the Twelveswood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, that Glepnir still stalks the forest. He will not remain idle. He will attempt to stop us. Go with hope in your hearts, but do not lose sight of the danger. Good quest. I almost want to finish all the role quests now, but I will do it how Yoshida says to do it. Oh, and it puts me right here. Yes! I admit for a moment I thought it wouldn't work, but the Elder Seedseer moved not only the hearts of the people, but that of the forest itself. Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, and so she must scour the ancient text before the time comes, and consult with the Am I making up words? What am I reading? Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, and so she must scour the ancient text before the time comes, and consult with the Seedseer Council to make sure all goes according to plan. It's just as well. We still need to wait until the others have joined the Great One's branches to the many trees scattered throughout the Twelveswood. Then, of course, there is the matter of Glepnir. It will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When he comes, we must be ready. Alright! The last one. What time is it? 11:06. Damn it, I haven't even done a single side quest. Ah, Hayes. I wish I had better news for you, but the blasphemy continues to elude us. Can you hear me, Commander? This is, Wishket. I have an idea how we might... or is it Visket? I have an idea how we might take down the blasphemy. I guess it could be Visket, right? I have an idea how we might take down the blasphemy. Meet me in Costa del Sol as soon as you are able. Well, that sounds promising. I'll tell the Admiral you'll be away for a bit. Godspeed. Stay safe out there. What are those out there? Oh, it's oh wow, I didn't know you could see it from here. That's Summerford Farms. That's so fucking cool. I never noticed that. All these years. Huh. Right, because there's the bit where you go down into the lower area. Those are the two bridges, the river. And Summerford Farms would be like right in this direction, but we can't really see it. Hold on, let me see if I can get an angle. Yep, there it is. You can see it. That's actually really cool. I never noticed that. Apologies for having you come all this way, Hayes. Ever since our encounter with the blasphemy, I've been racking my brain to find a way of dealing with its debilitating attack. Sadly, I've come up empty-handed. My companions fare no better. That's when I started thinking. Only our finest was still with us. He always had a knack for noticing what the rest of us missed. His eyes were so sharp, he could spot a foe's weakness with a single glance. It's thanks to him that we were able to slay both Leviathan and Titan, and live to tell the tale. The rub is, well, he's a bit eccentric. And yes, I know you can say that about all the company members. But unlike us, he prefers to work from the shadows. To be told, I have not seen him since the day we disbanded. I doubt he'd help his old comrades, even if we asked, but an order from the company's acting commander would be a different story. In our heyday, we had a way of reaching him. We'd select the forked road, and sooner or later, he'd show himself. Didn't matter when, winter or summer, in broad daylight or the dead of night. He'd always be watching from afar. With any luck, he still is now. Is it Wawalago? That'd be funny as fuck. But I've rambled on enough. Go on now. But I've rambled on enough. Go on now. This may be our best and only hope. His name is Wawalago, right? I'm pretty sure it's what's his name? Oh, okay, Geruju. That's his name, not Wawalago. Who's Wawalago? Oh, wrong way. Damn, Hayes. Gonna have to animate so well. Or so hard. Here I was, enjoying my retirement. Why'd you have to go and bloody whistle? Hello? Oh, you're the guy who saved us in the cave. Oh, he's watching from afar. Call me Lawrence. I'm the company's resident sharpshooter. At least I was in my day. No need to tell me who you are. I've been watching you for quite some time. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm just curious how my former mates are faring. Not as curious as folks are about me, though. First Viscayet? The old Mistbeard himself. As if those codgers could ever catch me. Now Eorzea's storied hero summons me forth. I need to say why. You're going to ask me to help you take down the blasphemy. I'm not a dick. Both of these suck. I'll say this one. I'm not asking you, I'm ordering you. You drive a hard bargain. I like that. Who am I to refuse an order from the company's acting commander? So tell me, acting commander, what specific duty would you task me with? I trust you do have a plan. Scouting, I guess. So you need a way to neutralize the beast's most potent attack. I can tell you like getting up close and personal with your foes, so you'll be needing support from a distance. What do you suppose might be best suited to that role? I mean, yeah, him. Probably not Merylvib, right? Because, like, she'll be busy doing other shit. She is a really good shot, but, like, is she really much of a sharpshooter? I mean, she is a sharpshooter, but, like, can she shoot from far away? Is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna say you. Damn right. My eyes are among the keenest in the realm, as you've doubtly heard from Vizcaya. In pure marksmanship, none in Limsa are the Admiral's equal. Oh, okay, so he agrees with me. Yet, Merylvib is ill-suited for a supporting role. Alright, so, yeah, I had the right line of thought. Like, she's not like a marksman. Or she is a marksman, but she's not like a... She can't shoot from long range. Yet Merylvib is ill-suited for a supporting role. Not for lack of skill, of course, but rather... Well, come to think of it, there's something you should know. Follow me. I guess she is good at sniping. I don't fucking know. I guessed it right. I know what I want to say in my brain. It makes sense in my brain, but I'm not getting the words out. Merylvib would be better on the front lines. Plus, she has a whole, like, city to protect. Quite the view, wouldn't you say? I'll have to come here to admire the sea. If you would, indulge me for a moment, and I'll spin you a yarn. Just try not to doze off. Back in piracy's golden age, the League of Lost Bastards ruled the Rotano. I was one of them, as was Merylvib. We were led by none other than our old man, Blowfist Blowfisson, most feared captain on the high seas. Bluefist. Feared by his enemies, that is. Stern and unforgiving though he was, he took me under his wing and showed me the ropes. Aye, he was like a father to me. To us all, till that fateful day. It's in the year 1562 of the 6th Astral Era. The Minzin merchantmen were struggling with nigh constant raids by the Sahagin. Around this time, Bluefist had yielded the day-to-day leadership of the bastards to Merylvib, its pride and joy. She was still growing into the role, though, and everyone knew the old captain was still calling the shots. Old Bluefist had a noble streak, he did. Ordered us to defend the traders from the fishbacks. Merylvib led the effort, and we fought day after day to keep the sea safe. The fighting was fierce, but we always came out of it in one piece. Until we didn't. Until after a skirmish, a Sahagin survivor, with his last breath, summoned forth the Lord of the World. The great beast toppled our mast and cracked the keel like an egg. We clambered aboard the merchantman as our own ship sank. All to do but wait for the end. But then comes Bluefist and his bleeding flotilla out of nowhere to pull us out of the fire. And he did. The League of Lost Bastards would never be the same again. For even though we escaped with our lives, we soon discovered that Captain Bluefist, our iron-willed, unwavering leader, had fallen under Leviathan's thrall. Oh shit. Hold on. Of course, in those days we didn't know much about drowning or tempering. Didn't know what to make of our captain as he grew more haggard by the day, his words devolving into crazed rambling. Then one day he vanishes, taken off with half of our men. Is he the captain in Sastasha? Not long after, a band of pirates calling themselves the Serpent Reavers began taking prizes in the Indigo Deep alongside the Sahagin. At their helm was none other than Captain Bluefist, who cast his lot with the fishbacks. Oh, okay. Merylvib knew what had to be done. To her credit, she didn't shirk from the deed. She acted quickly, sneaking off under cover of night with a skeleton crew without so much as telling me. Of course, that didn't stop me from stowing myself in the cargo hold and joining her on the voyage. She was none too happy to see me at first. Wanted to leave me out of it, she said. Seeing as I made myself known when she was struggling to fend off a horde of reavers and fishbacks, it wasn't hard to win her over. Our twin muskets fell in one after the next. My sharpshooting kept her safe from afar. We cut a path to the center of the isle. It was there we found Bluefist, rather the miserable wretch he'd been reduced to. All bones, with skin shriveled and a tangled mat of white hair. Eyes bulging from his head like a fish as he prayed to the Lord of the world. Okay, it wasn't him. Melvib challenged him to a duel, and a dim memory must have flickered in his drowned mind, for he accepted. And so, with only me there to witness it, Melvib ended her father's life. Wow. So think about it like this, right? Melvib's presence was enough to kind of erase some of the blockage on his mind a little bit. That's actually kind of cool. The League of Lost Bastards would have lived up to its name if it weren't for Melvib. She assumed full command and restored us to our former glory. Not long after, she triumphed in the Trident and was named Chief Admiral of Limsa Lominsa. I have to think back upon that day. Seeing her charge into battle, muskets blazing. Might seem reckless to some, but that's how Captain Bluefist taught her. She knows no other way. That's why I made it my job to support her from the shadows. And it's a role in which I'll happily serve again. I owe much to her, old man. My only doubt was whether you, my friend, were worthy of commanding me. Watching you from afar has answered that question. Aye. Tell Viscat and the rest of my no-good companions that Lauren stands with them. Nice. Where's the music? Did Lauren show himself? Haha! And there's a surprise. I had some hope your words might reach him, but never did I imagine he would agree so readily. Just one thing, Hayes. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention Lauren's involvement to the company. Landonell in particular. I'll find out soon enough regardless. At any rate, this gives us new hope in our battle against the blasphemy. All that remains is to set the snare and lure the beast into our clutches. Our scouts are on the lookout for the creature as we speak. If the latest reports are to be believed, we're drawing ever closer. And with that, I'd best get back to it. And I trust you to report these latest developments to the Maelstrom. Till we meet again, Commander. No. The search for the blasphemy continues, though I understand you've been carrying out an entirely different investigation. Marksman by the name of Lawrence, eh? The Admiral will be pleased. Of course, we won't have much call for his skills until blasphemy is found. Rest well and prepare yourself as necessary in the meantime. Lawrence. Why does that ring a bell? Alright, and that's all the role quests. Let's head back to Labyrinthos. Those are actually pretty good, all of them. We'll go to Aporia. The quests were not at Aporia. Oh, are you ready for this song again? Jesus. Alright, I'm gonna start with the... At the very least, I kind of want to do the cinematic quests. Get the ether currents. Okay, so it's this one. Do I want to start with it, or do I want to end with it? You know what? I like ending with the cinematic quests. I'll do everything else first. I'm gonna do him on Ninja, and I'll turn him in on something else. I don't get to play Ninja all that much. I mean, I do, but, like, I don't after, trying to level up other jobs. It's Hayes, isn't it? I was about to head to Cocole's Forge to drop something off, but I think you'd be more welcome than I. As it turns out, the recipient is something of an admirer of yours. I'm sure she'd be thrilled to have you make the delivery. Thank you. Here's the package, all set to be delivered to Wasundidi. That is a great name. Wasundidi. Oh my, conundrum indeed. What am I to do? What's up? Well, aren't you a kind sort to take an interest in a stranger's woes? It's my son, you see. He's a gleaner stationed in the Near East. And he's recently returned to deliver his... Near East? What the fuck is the Near East? I just received word from him a moment ago asking me to meet him in the Archeon. Apparently he has some sort of gift for me. Is that not thoughtful? In a stroke of ill luck, however, something urgent has come up, which I'm obliged to attend to. By the time I'm done with my business, I have little doubt my darling boy will already be gone, off on his next assignment to who knows where. So you see why I'm in a pickle. Surely. As much as I want to, I can't claim the gift myself, but perhaps you could go in my stead, if you have the time on your hands, that is. You do? Why, thank you. I'll return as soon as I'm able, so let us meet there once you have taken the receipt of the present. Taken receipt of the present. Somebody up there? May I borrow you a moment? I have a problem of a marital nature, shall we say. See, my husband was looking rather green around the gills when he left for work this morning. As much as I would like to check on him myself, I'm afraid my research is of such import I can't leave it unattended for any amount of time. Which is why I must ask you to look in on him in my stead. I'd like to find my darling slaving away in Cocole's Forge, if he hasn't been carted off to the infirmary yet, that is. He's a rather handsome man, whose garish red glasses make him hard to miss. Should you notice he is under the weather, I ask that you provide him with this filter. That is filter, which will hopefully revitalize him. I'm sorry to lay such a burden on you, but I have no one else whom I can entrust this. Please hurry, as I fear he'll keel over before long. Haven't we met before? You're one of Orion J's friends, yes? Ah, I thought so. I'm here wondering about Labyrinthos, hoping to find some work to do. It sounds like fun. But I don't even know where to start or how to ask for it. Can you help me? Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's find someone with work for me. That's the enthusiasm you need when going to work, man. Jessamine wishes to bend the ear of any man, woman, or child willing to listen. Where could it have gone? What a bother this is. If only I could find someone who... Oh! Fortune is on my side indeed. You seem the Doty sort. Dowdy sort? Why you help me locate a missing mammoth? A colleague has reported that one has escaped and gone on a rampage. Rampage? It was last sighted wandering southeast from here, where it has slain one of the specimens. We've tried to deactivate the mammoth remotely, but it has outright ignored our commands. Now our only recourse is to stop that willful thing by force. Perhaps you could do the honors? If you're up for it, I'll need you to locate it and put it out of commission. Once that pugnacious poppet has been silenced.
Pugnacious.
Eager or quick to argue, quarrel or fight. Once that pugnacious poppet has been silenced, place it in this coffer and return it to me. So will you help? Fantastic! I knew you weren't the type to say no to a man in need. Find the corpse of the fiend it fought, and you're like to come across that directionless doll. A moment, if I may. Have you heard of the winged familiars known as the Skatine? Skatene? Is this Skatene or Skatine? I've been saying Skatine. They have a marked talent for seeing in the dark, which has established them as the chosen watchbirds for some of the world's most important facilities. As it so happens, we in Labyrinthos avail ourselves of their astonishing eyesight too. Day and night, our Skatines keep close watch for any blackguards or nasty goings-on. Oh my god, is Matoya an ancient? I just thought, isn't she like 1,000 years old? Or like older? I think Matoya might be an ancient. It just hit me. Right, and she makes familiars out of nothing. She watches over the antitower. I saw the Pororogo like walking by, and I was like, "Hey, that's a familiar." And then it kind of like hit me. That'd be kind of cool though. As it so happens, we in Labyrinthos avail ourselves of their astonishing eyesight too. Day and night, our Skatines keep close watch for any blackguards or nasty goings-on. Moreover, such keenness of eyesight requires, for lack of a better term, upkeep, which comes in the form of special eye drops. After all, what creature can sit unblinking and wide-eyed for days on end without help? So might I ask you to dole out said medication? How good of you to be so obliging. Skatines are perceptive creatures in both sight and mind, and will take to you instantly once they know you've experienced in caring for even one of their kind. That's why I recommend all those who deal with things of a confidential nature to try their hand at treating the beady eyes of our vigilant familiars at least once. Near the northmost entrance, you'll find the Skatine's caretaker. She'll be only too glad to introduce you to our faithful watch owls. Is there something I can help you and your, friend with? I heard Loprits were interested in learning about our culture. And you're saying this one is looking for a job? Yes, I would like to work at a job. Do you know of one I could do? Well, most people here work at Emporio or at Balmazane? Balmazane. Well, we would need to submit documents to request a proper level of clearance and... Oh! I have an idea. As you've seen, the man-made habitats hereabout are populated by a variety of experimental subjects. Some of the boulder beasts, however, have been known to cause unfortunate incidents in and around the elemental reactors. In order to encourage these creatures to keep their distance... How does it rain in here? Is there that much water vapor? We put together some bags of noxious-smelling repellent. I'd appreciate it if you could place a few of them by the reactors themselves. I mean, I know how, like, the water vapor, like, is in the air, but, like, does that create clouds? What the fuck? It's probably artificial. For now, I need you to ward such two facilities. Two such facilities, the one to the south and the one to the west of Logisticon Beta. There's an armful for each of you so you can split the work. Oh, I'm sorry for making you work, too, but that means you can share the payment as well. Right, I'll go to the south reactor, and you take the one in the west. Work, work, work. At least they're eager about it. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? You do have a worldly look about you. As a gleaner, I too have journeyed far and wide. Tell me, where is the farthest you have ventured? The Far East. The Far East? The literal edge of the world. That is quite far indeed. Aye, you should do nicely. You see, I need a more experienced traveler to say a prayer for me before I leave for Abania. If you would do me the honor, the reactor operator by the tower to the south should have a lantern crystal prepared for the purpose. You there, adventurer. You have the carriage of a man upon whose time might prevail. Those books there, you see them, yes? I would have you bear them to one of the students of Baldessian for me. You carry them yourself? That would be ideal for all parties involved, wouldn't it? Alas, my political leanings prevent me from that most obvious solution. I am a member of the Bibliotheques, which I should think explanation enough. I and my colleagues have sworn to bear silent witness to the affairs of our world, recording all which comes to pass. The students of Baldessian, on the other hand, take a much more active approach in the affairs of our world. Needless to say, things between us are tense. I would spell trouble were it to be found delivering these tomes myself. My colleagues may well bar me from the archives entire. A punishment worse than death. Thus I seek aid from one who can pass unnoticed. You. Okay, I thought he was saying he was weak. Right then, have a care and bring these to my Baldessian co-conspirator. You'll find her in Logisticon Alpha. Oh, and tell her it's a gift from a friendly researcher in Charlie and Hamlet, will you? Oh shit, I didn't know we were going already. Fuck, what quest is it? Take a look, it's in a book. Reading Rainbow. God, I love the quest name sometimes. The Dry Eyes have it, that's a good one. Yeah, I feel like the translation team goes... The translation team that, like, does the quest names, they go severely unnoticed. Quest names and leave quest names are, like, all really fucking funny to me. Alright, I gotta go through there. I'm sorry, what? What is that thing? Alright, there we are. My word, look at all of this. Each book more valuable than the last. How in the world did you come by them? Given to you by a researcher in Charlie and Hamlet, you say? And meant as a gift for me? My mysterious benefactor is gracious indeed. It's a comfort to know that at least one person out there values our efforts in an ever-changing world. Do give my thanks to this charitable researcher next you see them. Okay, there's a part of the quest is over here, so I'm gonna grab this as well. Have to go from up here. You know what I should be doing? Hold on. The northwest? Alright, so I'm already heading in the opposite direction. I'll get him later. What? Is this it? Boy. You're lucky. You're lucky. Alright. I'm gonna grab the other quest. I guess I'll turn in these two while I'm here. I'll turn them in on Reaper. Were you able to retrieve our little runaway and shove him into that container? I'm ready to take it off your hands whenever you are willing to part with it. No, I'm not sure why you would want to hang on to it for longer than necessary. This coffer has at long last fulfilled its purpose by capturing a mammoth. If a box could have feelings, this one would be proud. Goodness, you've done it! I can't thank you enough, truly. Not sure what I would have done had you not come along. This mammoth's unfortunate escape is the work of the Loporits, you know. It meant no harm, I'm sure, but they insisted on tinkering with the thing's innards. Wanted to make some improvements, apparently. And, as you can see, their earnest meddling has caused us today a great deal of grief. A deal of grief. To be fair, they did look rather contrite when I told them what had transpired. I can't stay angry at them, though. They had only the best intentions. In fact, they need some cheering up after the tongue lashing I gave them. Yes, they deserve the thickest, crunchiest carrots I can find. And on that note, farewell, adventurer, and thank you. Hold on, I was glancing a little bit. I missed all of that. Ah. Okay. Ooh, should you choose to undertake this quest, you will receive no guidance from the journal or duty list. Excuse me, you there. You look capable. Could you find a missing carbuncle for me? Ordinarily, a carbuncle would never be without an arcanist, but this one was found alone, roaming the wilds of Lenosha. And so I had it sent here for research purposes. I swear I took my eye off it for barely even a moment, and it scampered off somewhere outside the hamlet. Seeing as it's far too dangerous out there for someone of my disposition, I was hoping you could look for it in my stead. You have my thanks. I don't think I could have made it out of the central circuit, but that still leaves a wide area to search. Alright, I'll keep an eye out. This guiding crystal should make the job a bit easier. Never mind, it will react when the carbuncle is near, glowing more brightly the closer you are to your quarry. Once you've secured the entity, please bring it back here to me. I wish you fortune in your hunt. Okay. Oh, there's the Skatine. That thing looks creepy as fuck from here. Holy shit. That shit was terrifying. You're the one who's coming about the eye drops then. Heard all about today's little exercise from Naija. Called me via link pearl, you see. I told this old bird what's about to transpire, but she still seems a bit on her guard. It might be best to calm her down yourself. If you pet her gently, that ought to unruffle her feathers. Figuratively and literally. Yeah, I'll pet her. Okay. She's like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, I know. The vigilant Skatine continues her unwavering stare, but there is now a great deal less anxiety in her eyes than before. I think our friend here has realized that you're no threat at all. Okay, I mean, yeah, I'm no threat. But I'm still strong. Go on, then. She's ready for the eye drops whenever you are. Oh, where are they? There they are. Aww. Well, she looks about ready to snuggle up to you, I'd say. Skatines have a mind like a steel trap and don't forget a face easily, so it's no problem if you were to walk past in completely different clothes. It takes more than a costume change to fool them, after all. If you don't mind my asking, you're friends with the Dragoon, right? Surly-looking Elven fellow, as I remember. I'm afraid the Skatines didn't take kindly to him. Damn near pecked his eyes out. Poor bird almost got a lance in her gullet for it. Lucky your companion stopped himself when he did, but that doesn't mean the Skatine is going to let bygones be bygones anytime soon. Let me tell you. God, I can't read anymore. Is going to let bygones be bygones anytime soon, let me tell you. Bit of advice. He ought to watch himself if he's walking through these parts. In any case, your work is done here. This Skatine's had a retreatment, so go and tell Naija as much. Good luck out there. Oh, and should you happen to see another Skatine while you're about, give them a wave, alright? Yeah, sure. That's cool. Let's, I mean, I'm like right here for the turn-in for these, so let's do that. Clear off some of the checklists. returned. Very good. Judging by the lack of scratch marks, you were successful in completing your task. No doubt the Scatines now know to treat you as a friend rather than a foe. Scatines do not stay long in any given location, but rather fly through Labyrinthos, moving from perch to perch. Should you happen to see one, count yourself fortunate. They can be a rare sight. They might think them difficult to spot, trust that they are among us. They are watching always, ensuring that the knowledge we've acquired is kept from falling into the hands of those who would use it for nefarious ends. Cool. Ah, you've returned, and without the books with which you departed. I assume that to mean they were delivered to the right hands. Thank you. Let's hope they were. As I mentioned before, we bibliotheques keep to the wings of history stage, and take a fierce stance against any sort of involvement. We have a sworn duty to observe all which transpires, even as the world unravels before our very eyes. So dedicated are we to our goal, there is no realm in which we are not present. Huh. I too was once stationed abroad, in the Far East actually. It was where I caught wind of the students of Baldessian. Learned how they had become a symbol of hope for those fearing the final days. Sylvester tells us that knowledge is a gift, one that cannot be bestowed upon just anyone. It is only the worthy who ought to wield the strength it provides. And I believe the students of Baldessian worthy. If there is any justice left in this world, then that which our pens and papers have locked away is theirs by rights. Thank you for helping me put the fruits of our labor to good use. Interesting. Alright, let's start doing quests. I'm going to actually hide. I'm gonna hide this. And I'm going to hide this for right now. Here we go. Just to make sure. Are you here for the crystal? I hope it does some good for that gleaner. Those folks need all the luck they can get. Lanterns light the way through the darkness, a tool which can mean the difference between life and death. They are synonymous with safe passage, and as such, it has become custom in recent days to imbue the crystals inside with the prayers of a more seasoned traveler. And today, that traveler is you. Simply face the crystal and pray for the safety of this traveler to be, if you will. A colleague recently told me about the power of Akasha, a concept taught in Radzat Han, and how it reacts to strong emotion. I wonder if this method of praying to a crystal is a manifestation of that power. Interesting. Well, that should do it. That should about do it. With luck, your prayers will help guide the gleaner safely through the perils of his journey. That's kind of cool, actually. Hello, it's you! The one and only Hayes! Am I dreaming? A delivery for me? But why would someone as famous and important as you be delivering my package? Oh no, I'm just being rude. I must thank you properly. If only I had known you'd be coming, I could have prepared something for you. Oh, silly me, there's something for you right here. This package contains a bottle of golden syrup. It's yours if you want it. It's an alchemical medicine to rejuvenate the wearied body. You must need something like that after running around and saving the entire world. I won't hear no for an answer, so drink it down. You deserve it far more than I do. These drink. Oh, okay. Medicine is much sweeter than you were expecting. I'm glad. I hope it nourishes your body along with pleasing your palate. That reminds me, I had your comrade Graha try some as well. He seemed to quite enjoy it. He said it was like drinking sweet ambrosia. I couldn't help but wonder what sort of medicine he'd been forced to drink before. Anyway, I'm afraid that's all I have to offer you. I swear, if Svilsayam doesn't compensate you properly, I just might. Well, never mind that. Please take proper care of yourself out there. Okay. Oh, they were mentioning the, so remember Raha had to, he had to take a potion to, slow down the effect of his body being turned into crystal. He probably had to drink that shit every day. Oh dear, perhaps going into work was not the best decision after all. Man is in very poor health. Oh my, that's much better. Thank you kindly, stranger. The weakness came over me quite suddenly, no doubt caused by a thinning of the blood of some such. The medicine is one of my wife's creations, is it not? I would know her alchemy anywhere. That must mean she enlisted your help to see it brought to me then, yes? I thought as much. So little gets past my better half, though I did my best to hide my fatigue. I myself am a researcher in Thalmazane. Ah, that interests you, does it? Well then, you'll get a kick out of this. We're currently developing a new sort of ally which, at the molecular level, contains psychosensitive materials such as dark matter. Hold on, this is interesting. The wonders we could work with such a marvelous metal. Imagine how much tighter controls could become were we to fit it into a cockpit. But I'm getting ahead of myself. At any rate, our work is reaching its crescendo, and I wouldn't dare miss even so much as a day of it. Would you be so kind as to tell my wife that there's no cause for concern? All she need know is that her filter worked wonders. Psychosensitive, so you can pilot the ship with just your mind? As a result of this fucking metal? That's actually really cool. Yes, they're on the other side. Oh, there's some up here too. And then the one I'm doing is unmarked. Yeah, okay, so let's teleport there. Actually, ah, fuck. Oh well, it's too late. I was gonna like drive there to see if I can like find the carbuncle. Oh. Okay, so we're closer. Let's see if it's in this direction. Okay, so it's not in this direction. So it's probably like, because it was saying it wasn't like reacting here, so it's probably like here. I'll do this and then I'll go back and find it. Alright. Let me go back. Gotcha. Well, I'll head through there and see if I can find the Carby. Definitely in this direction. listeners warmly. The carbuncle isn't here, but you might be on the right track. Okay. Oh, ether current. Let's grab that. Can't be it like too far. Oh, my back. I can't even call this thing a chair. This like stool. I need a new chair. Okay, so it has to be back in there. Check up here first. Ah, okay. Shines brilliantly. Where is it? Okay, so it's in the area. Oh, there you are! God damn it. Carbuncle peers at you anxiously, not letting its guard down. Perhaps it would let you pick it up if you soothe it first. Carbuncle visibly calms, allowing you to cradle it in your arms. Alright. Speak with the Hamlet resident, so that's back there. Let's do up here. Hold a moment. I know you. Yes, you're Hayes, the famous adventurer, are you not? To what do I owe the honor? Oh, my mother is busy, you say? That is most disheartening to hear. I wanted to tell her in person that she is now a grandmother newly made! Hey, congrats, bro! My wife has born us a healthy baby. I'd written to share news of what we were expecting, but not that she had given birth. That we were expecting. But not that she had given birth. I had hoped to see the look on my mother's face when I told her of the happy event. It's quite alright. No, honestly, it is. She works tirelessly for the good of all. I can hardly blame her for being unable to come running at a moment's notice. It makes me proud, in fact, to think that she is so important she cannot even spare a moment to see me. Hopefully she could spare a moment for this, though. Will you give this portrait to her? It's of me, my wife, and our newborn, her grandchild. Now then, I must be off. There is work to be done, and I am sure my mother would be proud to know her son is following in her hard-working footsteps. Let's go. New generation, man. Alright, let's turn these all in. Thank you both for your cooperation. I'll hand the payment to our lunar friend here so that she might have the full job experience. Oh, and I'll throw in some apples from Memorial Ergonomics too. Enjoy! Oh, a new food to try. Let's head back up the stairs and eat them together. Do you have a lantern crystal for me? You have my thanks. With your prayer fueling its light, I have faith that it will keep me safe until my return. And now, I depart for Garabania. I hope your travels are successful, as well as mine. Wasn't there another area where we prayed into a crystal? Was that Yedlamad? Fuck, where was that? I think it was in Thavner. We prayed into a crystal before we, like, gave it to somebody. Because they, like, trusted us to decide what awesome prayer would go into the crystal. I think it was a side quest. So, that's like a thing that people do everywhere. Interesting. Got a bunch of these apples. They look delicious, don't they? Stop saying things in quotes, man. Speaking in fingers. Oh my, they don't just look delicious. They are delicious. I get to do the emote a little bit. They might be even better than carrots. I thought this place would be just like Mare Lamentorum since it's all artificial, but I'm glad I was wrong. I was wrong about a lot, even after everything Urian J told me to expect. And I learned so much on my job, I think I want to try another one. Jobbingly. Oh, before I forget, here's your share of our payment. Thank you for all your help. You spoke with my husband then, did you? How was he? Was he as unwell as I had feared? Yes. I just knew it. What was that man thinking? To fight through such illness, also he can, what, go to work? Honestly. It's all well and good to wholly commit oneself to one's profession, but to do so at the expense of one's health? That's beyond the pale. He'll be getting an earful from me, and that much I can assure you. I shudder to think what would have become of my husband had he not stepped in when you did. Though it's a trifle compared to what you deserve. I offer you this, to thank you for your help. Hey. You know, listen to your wife. You know? Did you find the carbuncle? Said to have been found roaming alone in the wilds. This carbuncle looks oddly familiar. What? You get a cutscene? Whose is this? Thank goodness. Or rather, thank you. Oh, is it, Kryle's carbuncle that she couldn't, like, keep... Not Kryle, Tataru. That she couldn't keep control over when she was trying to become an Arcanist. As I said, they found the poor thing alone in the countryside, wandering the mountains of northern Lenosha, I believe. It should have vanished as soon as its master dismissed it, although it's possible the command was never given. In which case, it should theoretically persist until the ether that forms it is consumed, but that reserved to last long enough for the entity to grow wild. Huh. An immensely talented Arcanist must have summoned it, but I wouldn't give to meet someone that powerful. Researching this little creature should net me some fascinating data, indeed. Thank you again for retrieving it for me. Was it Tataru's carbuncle? See, I wish I remember the Arcanist quest line, because maybe it was like, Hayes, I need you to summon a carbuncle, and then I do, and then it like runs off or something. But no, I think it's Tataru's, right? Because there was a whole like side quest chain where you were trying to help Tataru like fight with us, and she wanted to learn a combat job, and she just couldn't get the handle of one. At the end of it, though, it showed that she was kind of like a rogue. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, the first thing she tried was Arcanist, and you go around helping her like try to be an Arcanist. I don't remember the story of it though. It's been so long. What fortuitous timing. I've only just arrived myself, so what news for my son? What was it he was so eager to get me? Is this... Oh goodness, it is, isn't it? It's a portrait of his family, and it includes my grandchild. Oh, how cherubic and darling. There's no baby more beautiful in all the world. This has put a fire under me, I dare say. If I hadn't reasoned enough before, then surely this child will keep me motivated to continue my research. I'll make sure that this little bundle of joy has a world in which they can grow up happy and hale. You made me happier than you could possibly know. Thank you, truly. It isn't much, I grant you, but here, something for your pains. I'll finish then. She works herself too hard, that Wasandidi. The medicine I sent should be good for her. But I must say, you're looking rather more chipper than when you left. What? She gave the syrup to you? Well, if that cheered her up, I suppose that's as good as any medicine. In any case, here's a little something as thanks for your help. Alright, so it is 12:04. And we know the cinematic quest is going to be 4 quests minimum, so here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to stop right here in front of this NPC, and we will do the cinematic quest tomorrow before I do MSQ. Because we don't really have anything left to do in this area, so... I'm going to... Actually, I might play on my own and grab the rest of the Ether Currents, because I want it to be, like, as soon as... Because this is the last one I need, right? The last quest one? Yeah. I'm gonna grab the rest of the Ether Currents, and as soon as I finish this quest, I'll be able to fly, then we can fly down to the MSQ, and it won't be a burden. And then we can go on to Area 6. So, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I wasn't too boring with the quests, but, lore. So, I'll be live again tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.